Well, in this video, we will learn how to make a third reservation, namely group reservation, because in the previous video we discussed single reservation and walk-in guest. Then, your booking will be in a position on the booking list. From this booking list data, we have explained two buttons, namely single reservation and walk-in guest. Now we will learn about group reservation. What is the difference between a group reservation and the two previous reservations, namely single reservation and walk-in guest? Group reservation is a reservation with more than one room. It is said to be a group because it has more than one room. Meanwhile, single and walk-in guest are reservations for one room. What if there is a walk-in guest but it has more than one room? Then you should also choose the group reservation button because the concentration is on many rooms. If you use walk-in guest, then you have to repeat several times how many rooms were booked during the walk-in guest, but if it's a group you should use a group reservation even though the guest is a walk-in guest either from this button. Now we choose add group reservation, the button in the middle like this, click. Then we will be at the input menu that must be filled in when we make a group reservation. Because the group is a reservation, so actually it's not a walk-in. I mean that the check-in usually doesn't happen that day. So it's the day after, so this must be the check-in. Not today but the day after, for example, for 3 days, okay, we fill in the data who ordered from this reservation group, for example, what group is David, for example, from a company, for example Nestle. Then on behalf of David, the group is Nestle. How many rooms do you order? Can edit here 3 rooms, for example. How many packs per room is 2, for example 1. So if for example 3, it means that there will be 2 times 3 packs, namely 6 packs. Then check in earlier, we have chosen the room rate. The room rate can be because earlier I used Nestle, then maybe there is a corporate rate, we can use a corporate rate, like this, now that corporate has RA the separate TE which is different from the publish rate means that later the choice of the corporate rate determines the price of the selected room, then this is because this is what is called a corporate, so I choose corporate. So even though it is a group, but not a corporate, then we should use a free individual traveler, because even though it is a group but it's not a group from the ones here like that. Now, let's empty the ones here, we don't have to fill them in right away, we submit. The difference with the walk-in guest and single reservation, this group reservation is when we submit it doesn't choose a room right away. Why? Because the reservation is for more than one room, so the room must be given one, like this appears. This is David's group, he s Nestle, this rate is Reedy, his ID, his corporate room is still empty, it must be picked up first, it's also still empty at this time. Empty. Why? This is a corporate. At a glance, we will see it in the setup. Contract rate, if we choose this corporate, add a corporate, this means that the contract rate is selected, it has been prepared here. Corporate, there is a price. The price is this, starting from standard twin, and so on, this has been provided. Here, David, this is the one that appears. This pickup is not the other David. This is David. This one, a corporate media group, doesn't have a room yet, so we'll pick up first. 3 rooms, so 3 immediately appear after this. We each take a room from each group. The first one we choose, for example, there is no standard double, there is no king double room. Now there is OD, occupied dirty. It doesn't matter what is chosen because of this current status is not what it's still checking in, it's still taking a long time, so you can OD, occupied dirty. If you don't have to walk in, you have to VC. For example, this is 1, select OK, update TE, reservation success, number 1 is complete. Room status is already in David's name, pick up again. Number 2, choose something else, for example, this suite which is 210, okay, like this, 210, will be automatically priced, then deluxe. For example, 201 is currently finished, so group reservation is above David's name, which is Nestle, is already listed here, so later when David's group comes from Nestle, the rooms are already prepared for the group. Even if we want to print the Nestle group, we can print by group the contents of Nestle, so this is for preparation if for example the group comes. For example there are 10 rooms, or more than that, then it is important for us to prepare to welcome the group, so, after writing Nestle in the group, what appears is the rooms that are part of the Nestle group, they should be printed the day before the Nestle group come to prepare. Later on the day we just have to check in the guest hereby. Clicking the check-in button and disable reservation as well, this can't be checked in today, because the date is still wrong or the current status is still dirty, so it can't be a requirement to check in right, the date must be correct, the position of room 210 must be clean, new vacant clean we can check in, right, it's about the group reservation, so if you want to see edits, you just need to edit, then all you have to do is edit here, complete with the data and so on, so when we make a group reservation or reservation, it's directly copied to the number of rooms used. If this is each of these names we change it, then just change the name of each room. It can also be for example the previous room the Greg is still in the same group like this, or maybe I gave the name Nestle like that, no, for example Nestle Greg. The save button is also here so you can go directly you save the only edit, we choose, this one, there are 3 Nestle groups, so about at a glance about group, reservation, how do we make it so first, we make a reservation, the second is to pick up the room, then the third one on the H day, we just check in, right? This is a group reservation. Hopefully the generation can understand.